Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. I just wanted to jump on and share a story that happened to me yesterday. I just got home from work and I have to go to my condo board AGM tonight. So, in between, I just wanted to jump on here and tell you a little story about yesterday. I was driving home from work and it's rush hour traffic, so everyone, is bumper to bumper, and we're just trying to get to where we want to get to. And I was getting closer to home, but I was on my way home and I noticed a woman crossing it was about 3 lanes of traffic, like in the middle of the traffic. Like she wasn't at a crosswalk or anything. And so I was kind of watching and I was like, oh my goodness, like that's not really safe. And it was very cold out, and I was thinking like, oh, I hope she doesn't, get run over by a car. And so I'm waiting in line in traffic still, and I see her getting through the traffic to the other side. And then she makes it to the other side, so I thought, okay, great. But then as I'm moving forward in the traffic, I see her on the road. And so she's laying on the road, like like a side, kind of a driveway into a business. And she was just laying there, and I thought, like, why isn't she getting up? What happened? I didn't see her attempting to move at any point. So I just turned out of the traffic that I was in. Luckily, I was in a spot where I could turn, no traffic was coming. So I just turned over there, and I kind of went around her and put my blinkers on so that people wouldn't go that way where she was, because I wasn't sure what was happening. So I got out of my car and I went over to her, and she was screaming. She was just like, I broke my arm. And I was just like, oh my gosh, right? Like, how am I going to help this woman? So she was not very, I think she had been drinking. I'm not sure. So either drinking or, some kind of substance that was affecting her behavior. And it was cold, and her jacket was undone, and she had a hat in her hand, but she wasn't wearing it, and it was just, you could tell she wasn't doing well. So I asked her, did you hurt yourself? And she was still on the ground, and I wanted her to stand up, but it didn't look like she was going anywhere. So luckily, another gentleman going the opposite direction pulled over and came out and was helping as well. And, so we're asking her, like, let's stand up so that we can move you to the side so you don't get run over. And unfortunately, she was just still screaming, just saying like, I broke my arm, and that, where's my wallet? Where's my wallet? Get my wallet. And like, there was nothing on the ground except her hat. So I gave her hat, and I said, this is all that was with you. And she said, he stole my wallet, and then she just went into this whole, I guess, story of what was happening with her. But I just felt so bad because I couldn't help her, because she was just, she was in another, I don't know how I want to say another world, but, in her mind, things were going on that I couldn't reach, right? So the gentleman and I, we helped her get up, like physically lifted her up, but she was like, I don't want help. And then she said, at one point she said, call an ambulance, call the police. And so we were able to get her to the sidewalk, and I said, well, do you need an ambulance? Are you hurt? And she said, no, they can't help me. And, it was really hard because I knew that she needed help. Like, she wasn't dressed properly and she did need assistance, but unfortunately, you can't make somebody do something if they don't want to. And so we helped her get up, and we were going to kind of, there was a fast food restaurant probably about 20 or 30 feet away. So I was going to try to convince her to go in there, but I don't know if she would have done that. But then she like pulled away from us and walked onto the road. Luckily, there was no cars coming again, but she was determined. Like, we grabbed her and we brought her back to the side, and, we're like, it's not safe, There's cars, you need to be careful. And she was not having it. She's like, he took my money and this and this. And then she just leaped into the street, like, and she was taken off. And so the gentleman and I just kind of backed off onto the sidewalk because, like, we can't really risk our lives as well, And we weren't able to help her because we couldn't hold her back and we couldn't force her to do anything. So she made it through traffic. I mean, cars were coming, and I was standing there thinking, this woman is going to get hit by a car, because the cars that were coming couldn't see that, other cars had stopped for her, but the other lanes couldn't see that there was someone crossing. So I was just praying, like, please God, don't let her get hit. And then I did pray for her after, just like to bring her some peace, to bring her the assistance that she needs, whatever that is, that she would safely find a place to stay in the night. And, it's really hard. There's a lot of people in our city who are, on the streets, living on the streets, living outside. It's not officially winter, but the snow has fallen and the temperatures have definitely dropped. And, it's not a safe place to stay at night. So I felt so bad, but I just had to pray for her and just pray that, God's looking after her and that, she'll find her way. But it was very sad. I mean, and I think we hear this a lot, is when things happen, you see something happen to somebody and no one stops for them. No one, people are just, I got to get home. I got things to do, and I understand that. And I felt that same way too, because I had a long day and I just wanted to get home. But I thought, like, this woman is laying on the road, like on the street. If a car came and didn't see her there, they would have run her over. So I felt blessed that I was able to pull over and at least get her off the road, stand her up and get her to move. And she was luckily able to move, and she seemed fine crossing those 3 lanes of traffic. But, it was a sad situation. So I am truly blessed to, have a vehicle, number one, a place to stay, a roof over my head, a warm place to sleep. And I just feel like it's just a good reminder for me to get myself back into volunteering and helping, especially at Christmas, because there's so many places that need assistance. And I always kind of put it off to later in December, but I'm glad. I mean, it kind of just reminded me, like, I should sign up for a few volunteer positions. But I just want to share that because my heart really went out to that woman. And, I can't really picture myself in that situation. But I know that, I would at least hope that if I was in that situation, someone would stop their car and pull over and check on me, So I think it's a good reminder for all of us just to check on people, even if they're not in distress, just check in on people and see, are you okay? Do you need something? Sometimes all it takes for someone to improve someone's day is for someone to notice them and for someone to, see them and acknowledge that. So I do hope that woman, realized that, 2 people stopped for her and 2 people cared. So I just want to share that. And I hope everyone's doing okay. Did I say it was Thursday? I don't know. It's Wednesday. I'm tired. And I gotta go to an AGM, so that's a little extra. But it's okay. I need the information. So anyways, I hope everyone has a great time. There's people who have left comments for me, and I am going to respond. I promise. It's just, I see them and I'm so joyful, and I read them and I'm like, I gotta get to work, or I got a meeting, or I have to drive now. So please know, if you've been leaving me messages, I see them and I will respond. hopefully tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow morning. So thank you so much. And thanks so much for watching. And I will see you soon.